Hello, this is my first time doing a tutorial and voiceover, so let's get into it. First of all, you're going to want to pre-shave your fabric, your fur. You don't want to go too short with the fur because it'll go bald quicker. I use a 7FC blade on my Andis clippers. You probably will need to go over this a few times just to make sure everything's smooth. But that's fine, just take your time, go slowly, and there you have it. Your patterns will get drawn on the back, and then on the front, nice and smooth. Look at that. You can see, can't see the backing through it, nice thick fur, all done. Then you'll need to cut all of your pattern pieces out. I use a sharp blade, so you don't cut through the fur itself, just the backing. For my paws, I only like the fingers to be short, the rest of it long, so then I'll cut out the rest of the palms with the long fur. And then it's time for the paw pads. So I use minky. You want the pile of the minky to be the same direction as the fur. So it's all pointing in the same direction like that. And then you want to pin it on, going that way on the back, like this. You can use more pins if you like to. I can do it with just 4, but if it's your first time, more pins is better, so the fabric doesn't slip, because minky is very slippery. Then pin everything on there. I like to do it in one go. You can do it one at a time. Once you've sewn around each piece on the sewing machine, you'll end up with something that looks like this, and then you want to very carefully cut around it like that, and repeat for each finger. And you'll end up with something like this. Now I've just clipped all the pieces together just to see what they're going to look like. Same for the backs of the paws as well. And that's a whole lot of hand sewing. I like to hand sew just because you get more control than putting it through the sewing machine. So hand sewn, all the pieces look like this. I use a blanket stitch. It's time to stuff the beans now. So you want to very gently cut through the backing, making sure that you don't nick the front of the paw pads themselves, just the back through the fur, like this. And then you take some stuffing, just stuff it in like that, as thick as you want it to be. And then we'll flip it over, look how squishy, and then you want to repeat it for all of them until it looks like this. Then it's time to sew up those little holes. I use a ladder stitch, and you want to pull it tight, and it's basically invisible. And again, you want to repeat this for each one until you've got very squishy beans like this. And then it's time to sew your 2 halves together. This part takes a lot of time, but again, I use a blanket stitch to go around the edges. And then it's time for lining. I like to do half lining. It lets you have more airflow, it's easier to get your hands in, and all it is just to keep the stuffing in the fingers. There you go. I will use a whip stitch to go around the edge. It doesn't have to be as strong. And then you ended up, turn it inside out with something that looks like this. This little flap, we will sew that together next. Your hand just sits underneath the lining against the paw pads, so it's on the top of your hand. And there you go. Now, you just use a whip stitch to sew that together so you don't get confused. And then it's time to put the cuffs on just to make everything look really neat. I use a strip of minky, like that, and just like to clip it on. Once it's clipped on, I like to use a hand sewing needle and just use a tacking stitch to go around it, like that. And this isn't the final stitch, but it does help you put it through the sewing machine so it doesn't slip around. And here we go. Just put it through the sewing machine like this and go around. And there you have it. A nice neat finish on your paws. It makes them look so much more cleaner. You can see the lining there at the top. And that's it. So thank you for watching this tutorial. If you want to know how I make any other fursuit parts, let me know and I can start making more tutorials.
How to make feet paws. Start with your foam base. Pattern the outside with tape and paper. Take these measurements. Use those to make your lining. Next, sew the lining to the fur, inside out with toes on the same side. Now securely glue the lining into the foam base. Turn the fur right side out and glue, starting at the toes. Stuff between the fabrics and glue shut. Next, make your paw pads. Glue and sew to the fur edges. Use a strong stitch or thread. These take a lot of stress. Finally done!